Hello guys, my name is Sub-Zero Exabyte and today I am not with my good friend Chip. He had a lot of things to do so he could not make it for this video, but that isn't a problem because we are gonna do something really extreme and I think it is better that I am solo on this one. So let's get right into it. Today we are on a boat, but not a normal boat. No guys, we are on a huge cruise ship. They call it the Titanic. You are not probably thinking how could they call it the Titanic because that ship is already at the bottom of the ocean. Well, they made a new one, and with they I mean myself. I made this huge ship for a special reason. We will come back later on why I made it because that is a surprise. I know that you boys and girls like surprises, so this one is gonna be a big one. And it will also be one that you will never forget. If you were wondering why Sub is not here, he had just something I don't really know what, but he said it was really important and he could not tell my. I hate it when he does things like that because then I start thinking of things he might be doing right now, but maybe he will join us later on. Shall I give you viewers a small tour of the ship so you can see what I made? Well, I had a bit of help from Chip because it was getting really hard, and I was getting tired. I know normally I could finish projects like this in a matter of time, but this one was getting really hard. It had a lot of details where I needed to work on. I think you will see that in the video. So let's talk why I made this ship. Well, it was kind of a trap, and you are now probably asking, a trap for who? Well, a trap for the mobs that are gonna stay on this huge cruise ship. Yes, we will first wait a bit till all the mobs spawn in and have a nice time. Then when the time comes we will sink this ship. Yes, all my hard work would have been for nothing, but that is no problem. We will get those darn mobs. You know what happened when I was making this ship? A mob tried to kill my, well, not only one mob but a couple of them. It were skeletons with their bow and arrows. They came up in the night and started shooting towards me. I luckily had a sword with me to protect myself and fight them of my boat. There is one rule in Minecraft that is really important. Always keep something on you to defend yourself, like a sword or a bow and arrow. So if you ever get ambushed you can think fast and help yourself out of the situation. Chip learned me that. He once told me that he came in a big fight and had no sword on him. He managed to escape and come back with a lot of firepower, and then we are talking of explosion, sword and bow and arrow. He killed everyone that tried to rob him. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a small look into the rooms on this huge ship. Every room has a bed in it, so that is kind of the basic room. You also got a lot of premium rooms where you have a lot of luxuries, but I don't think that is really important for the mobs. They only think of one thing: killing and destroying stuff, so I don't know if they will really make use of them. You know, at the beginning of making this ship, I didn't want it to be a boat for mobs, just normal Minecraft players, but after the attack that happened on it I had to take revenge on them by letting everyone come on and then start a tsunami. That is right guys, I am gonna float the whole ship. I know everything will be lost, but the mobs will die, and that is why I am doing it, for to kill all of them. Well, I hope a lot of them. Maybe then they will take a step back of us and start being afraid of us because they know they can never win this war between mobs and Minecraft players, but they keep coming back and keep trying. That has to stop, and I think this will be the beginning. Maybe this will be the first step of winning the war that has been going on for ages. As you can see, the ship has a lot of staying rooms. I think it has over 1,000 bedrooms. I didn't really count them all, but that is what I estimate. It also has a huge engine room. Well, not only one but a couple of them, because to move this ship you need a lot of power, and that power we are getting from those engines. It has, I think, 3 engines, but only 2 will be active when the ship moves because one is there for emergencies. I hope we will never need to use it, but you never know. That last engine also can pump out water that is below the deck. I designed and constructed it myself, so I knew for sure that it would work. I was thinking of making another engine, but there was no more room left, so had to shut down the last engine project. Chip was working on that project. He asked me if he could make it, so I said yes, you can. But after some time, when things started to get pretty tight, I had to say stop. Chip of course did not make a big problem of it. Do you guys think that I should use the ship as a trap? Because you know, there is one thing that kind of is really sad for Chip. I think Chip loves this ship. Since we finished it he was chilling here every day. He likes it so much, so I don't know if I can do it, but alright, we have to decide soon, because when the sun goes down and the mobs start spawning in, we will have to pick a choice of leaving the ship like how it is or kind of sink it. Talking about sinking, I was once on a boat where we got attacked. Yes, I will tell you this small story. So I was on a pirate boat. We had to sail from London to America, so we had a long way to go. But that wasn't the problem. We did a lot of things to prepare ourselves for the trip. We bought fresh food and drinks, We also brought a lot of alive chicken that we could eat along the way. So everything was set. We would take off in the morning. That evening I could not sleep. I was so nervous, but that didn't stop me from going with them. So the next morning everyone from the crew came together to hear what the captain had to say before we left. He gave us a big speech about how dangerous this trip was gonna be and that not everyone would survive, but it was gonna be worth it. I can't really remember much of the speech anymore, but that is not so important. So we were on our way to America. Everything was going pretty well. We had the wind in our favor, so that was nice, but a few days into our trip and something was not right. People started to get sick, and not just a normal sickness, no, they started to cough really extreme. First it started by one crew member, but after a few days more people started coughing, and so the captain and his best men had a small meeting. I was a part of that meeting because the captain, though I was the best fighter on the deck, so he also wanted me to be there. We started discussing about how we are gonna fight this sickness that started to take over the whole ship. The doctor came up with an idea. He said that we could make something like a cure, but we will have to use a lot of our stocked food, so it was not sure if we would then have food for all the way. But the captain gave to order to make the cure, so he took a big risk, but he had to, otherwise his whole ship would die in the sickness that was taking over this ship. So the doctor started making this small poisons where he would heal the whole crew with it, and so the threat of losing the ship was pretty much gone. But we lost something really important. We were transporting a lot of chickens, like I said, and those chickens also were there to trade when we were gone arrive in America, but they died, so now we had nothing to take trade and get our profits back. We had to come back to London with a lot of money, because the captain borrowed a lot of money from the bank. We had to pay them back, otherwise they would take all of our houses. So the captain and I made a plan that would make the bank happy when we return, and also make the crew happy because they would earn a lot of money. So the plan was to go rough. When we landed in America, we first had to transform this ship from a trade ship to a battleship. When that was done, we went hunting for trade ships, and we found a lot of them. We managed to get so much gold that we could pay the bank back and keep a lot for ourselves. So we were ready for the trip back home. The trip was nice, nothing special happened. Everyone was happy to back because everything that happened costed us nearly 2 years. Everyone wanted to go back and see their families. But as we arrived in London, everything changed. The mood just was different. Everyone was scared, but there was something we did in America. We also plundered British ships. We toughed that they would never find out. Well, we were wrong. There was this big new king, and he knew everything. He had eyes and ears everywhere. So the moment we tried to dock our ship in the harbor of London, there were a lot of royal guards waiting for us to arrest us. We got arrested and put into a prison. Half year later I managed to escape. It was really hard, but I did it. For the rest of the crew and my captain, I don't know, because I never really had contact with them anymore. Maybe they also managed to escape. But let's get back to reality, because as you can see, I decided to bring the ship down. We will get the mobs that are on the ship. They don't know what is about to hit them. Everything will be done in a matter of time. You know what I am hoping that is gonna happen? You remember the engine that can pump out water? Yes, that one. I might just try to turn it on and see if it could pump out the water when every mob is gone. But like I said, I am not sure if it is able to handle it, because the machine isn't made for so much water. This is a tsunami, and not just a small one. Maybe it is one of the biggest tsunamis in the history of Minecraft. That actually would be pretty cool. Then I would go in history books because I created this boat and the tsunami dam. That would be really bad, boy. I would be savage for the rest of my life. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am just savage, and there is nothing you can do about. You can see it like this. Chip is the cute and kind one. I am the bad boy. Ha ha ha. Nobody will ever try to contest me anymore because they will be afraid of me, that I am able to do things like this. Everyone will fear my. There is someone that I am really afraid of. I know everyone will be afraid of me, but I think someone want, and that is Herobrine. He is so scary, and I heard a lot of scary stories about him. Do you guys think he is real? I have no idea. I never saw him in my entire life, and if someone should have seen him, then that would be me. I am playing this game for such a long time. I think I did everything there is possible to do in this game, but maybe we will ever come in contact with him, and I hope that it happens in a video so you guys can see him as well. Maybe there is a way to trap him. I know it sounds strange, but someone told me that there is a way to let him come really close to you. I am not really sure who told me it, because it was a long time ago, but I am sure that someone told me it. I think it was Chip. Yay, I am sure it was Chip, because he once tried it and he almost got in contact with him. You know what you then need to do? Wait, I will tell you, but let me say this in front. If you were to try it once and rare things start happening, don't look towards me to blame someone, because I didn't do anything wrong. I am just gone down explain what could happen in a bad scenario. So it all starts with gathering some pigs because you will need them later on. Then you are gonna need to make some kind of altar. It doesn't really matter what kind of altar it is, just make one with a lot of colors. Yes, then after you are done with it, start placing fences around your altar, a lot of fences so the pigs you are gonna play in it can't escape. So after you have done all of that, you go and put all of the pigs inside the altar and you burn the whole place down. The pigs will make a screaming noise that will attract Herobrine. Well, what happens after that I don't really know. Chip didn't tell me either, because when things started to get scary, Chip immediately got some water and blushed the whole altar that on fire was, so that let Herobrine run away. I think there is some sort of connection between Herobrine and the pigs. I am not sure what it is, but there is something, and I think that someone should find out what it is. I could try it with Chip, but I don't know what would happen when things get scary. Maybe we would just run away and never look back. Then on the other hand, there is a possibility that we will discover the biggest secret of Herobrine and go down in the history books as heroes, but we will need to do a lot of things to prepare ourselves. But I think I should first talk with Chip about this before I say things that may not happen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the ship is going down, and not just slow, no, really fast. You see all those mobs drowning. That just gives me a good feeling. You know how much I hate those mobs, and every time they try to kill us, but not this time, guys. No, not this time. This time we are the ones that are hitting them back for the survival of Minecraft kind. Maybe we should start the engine. What will try to get rid of the water, or should we wait till the whole ship is covered in water? Yes, I think that is a better idea, so we won't miss any mobs. You know what would be a huge setback? If this would encourage the mobs to come up with more attacks and try to put in more effort to destroy our buildings. I don't know what else we can do to get rid of the mobs, but we will stay positive, otherwise things may get worse than it already is, because people are getting really afraid of the mobs. Everyone is trying to find a solution for them, but nobody really had the best idea. Well, there was someone that had a pretty nice idea. It was something with building a castle. I don't know if he already made the castle, but he came up with the idea to make a big castle that would protect them from the mobs. Yes, that isn't a bad idea, but what is he expecting? That everyone in the world of Minecraft makes a huge castle? First, it cost a lot of energy to make one. Secondly, not everyone knows how to make one. So yes, I don't think that would be a solution. You know what I think is a better solution? Well, could you guys remember the company ASAN, where we did some experiments for Chip and I? It were some testings that we did with nukes. I don't know if you saw that video. If you didn't, go check it out because it was really cool to do. But yes, so you remember ASAN, the company that did things with space? Yes. So I was talking with them one day and we were talking about leaving this planet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, leaving the planet of Minecraft and start somewhere else, on another planet where there were no mobs. They already discovered some planets where there were no mobs at all. The only thing that there was a big dragon. But if we would send the first men up there and we train them to find a dragon, then we could kill it and then send the rest of the Minecraft players. I know that is a hard job to do, but trust me, it is worth it, because then you can have a life without mobs. So the first thing we would do is kill them dragons, then start making a lot of rockets that could help us get a lot of people on this world. Then we start a small colony that can start preparing for everyone else that is gone come. After that is done, we need to discover how to make spaceships. Those spaceships will we station in a big mothership, and with the big mothership we will head towards the new planet. Yes people, I already toughed of a plan B. Don't worry, a plan C, D and E are just waiting there. Ha ha ha. I will tell you beautiful people later more, and with later I mean in the next video, because this video is slowly coming to an end. I don't think I am gonna start the engine to get rid of all the water, because I honestly didn't really like the ship. I know I did put a lot of effort in it, but yes, sometimes you just need to leave some things so you can move on to the other things in life. And that said, I think it is time to slowly end this video. I hope this will learn the mobs to don't come back anymore for us, and if they do, remember, keep fighting them and keep killing them. Don't give them a chance to destroy your building where you worked so hard for. And hopefully Chip will be with us in the next video, because sometimes I miss him so much that I just can't describe how much I miss him, but that will come to an end shortly because he will be here in the next video. Well, that is what I hope. So guys, remember, keep fighting the mobs and don't forget the plan of ASAN, because that is something we really need to keep in mind as a plan B. So for now, beautiful people, I say goodbye and see you in the next video. BOE.